Hello everyone, it's Matt. Welcome back. Today we are going to be taking a look at this very tiny little dead mall called North Bay Mall, which, if you couldn't guess by its name, is located in North Bay, Ontario. So I'm just going to jump right into this. This area you are looking at right now, this is kind of the main area of the mall, which I know is not saying much because it is very small and there's really nothing here. But like I said, this is a very tiny little mall. But we are going to be taking a look at a couple stores that aren't doing so well. The first one being Treasure Hunt, which, if you take into the context that treasure is a very coveted thing to find, kind of at least in a pirate sense, which is clearly what they're going for. It's usually buried in sand. You need a map, X marks the spot, all that stuff. If you take that into account, then the name of the store actually is pretty fitting, because it is very, very hard to find anything good in this store. I don't want to say it's all junk. I'm sure a lot of it's of use to a lot of people, but a lot of it is just sitting here, packages damaged, things opened. A lot of it's junk. And I've been to quite a few of these, actually. I think this is the first one I've actually filmed, but I've been to a few of these, and they're all kind of the same. But don't you worry, I actually did manage to find some treasure at the end, at least at the end of this store. You'll see what I mean. Bear with me. And here's that treasure. I had to cut out the original audio because there's copyrighted music, but look at that. Turd in a bag. That's what I called it. I think it's actually a headrest, but to me it looked like a turd in a bag. Okay, we're now in the second store of the day, and this is called Hearts, which is another store that I've been to previously at different locations that is never doing well, although they seem to have a little bit more organization and, upkeep to this place than Treasure Hunt does, so I'll give them credit for that. Not much foot traffic in here. I know a few of these have closed in other locations, but maybe this one will be different. I don't know. Anyway, you be the judge. Fast forward, and it's now about midnight, and I just got out of a late showing of Backrooms, Everything Must Go edition, which, if you don't know what that is, it's just like an extended version of the film. Not even extended, it's literally just like a short film tacked on the end. So yeah, it wasn't my first time seeing the film, but my first time seeing that version. Anyway, you can see the movie theater over there, the Galaxy, and it has that little colored beam. So anyway, that's where the theater is, and you can see where I pan here to the right, that is where the mall is. And it was obviously very dead, very quiet, and very fitting. The sight you're about to see was what I saw after seeing the movie. So I'm just gonna let you relax and enjoy the sights and sounds. So you can't really see it right now because it's dark, but there's a treasure hunt here, which is basically like a liquidation store, but it's complete junk if you ask me. But anyway, here's a tiny little mall.